Hello, I'm Andy Coulson, and welcome back to Crisis What Crisis and another Crisis Comforts episode. Short but perfectly formed advice for getting you through the tough times from our most recent guests. I've just had a conversation with former magazine editor Lindsay Nicholson about her story of unimaginable grief and remarkable recovery. Lindsay lost her first husband, John, and later her 9-year-old daughter, Ellie, to leukemia. She then faced her own 10-year battle with breast cancer, and in 2016, she was in a near-fatal car crash that led into a year of unrelenting difficulty. Lindsay lost her second marriage, her job, her home, and nearly her life to PTSD and depression. How Lindsay dealt with the cards that were handed to her and came out the other side is what we will talk about in this episode. So as always, I urge you to listen to Lindsay's full episode. You can find links below in the notes, but if you're short on time, you can listen now to Lindsay's 3 crisis comforts in this quick taster. Lindsay, before you go, I'm going to ask you for your crisis comforts. So these are 3 things, very specific things, if you don't mind, that you have sort of relied on, that you lean on in the more difficult days. What would you give us?
So, 3 things. First thing, I'm a writer. I journal a lot, but I also do this, I give these diaries as presents to people, and that's 1 line a day diary. So you just write 1 line a day, and the diary lasts for 5 years. And just writing that 1 line a day, and you can look back and you can see the narrative arc of your own story, and things that seem terrible start to come into perspective, or things that are nagging problems. If you see them over a period of time, you think, yes, I should.
Do you pick out a specific, or do you look to summarise the day?
Just something to remember about that day. Just 1 line, literally 1 sentence. So lots of things get left out. It's interesting what goes in. Then I've got a loose leaf folder of recipes. So I think when you're going through a crisis, it's really tempting to get a takeaway, get a ready meal, and so on. I'm a big believer, and that's what I did. And there I was producing a magazine that was famous for its recipes. My name is at the front of many recipe books, and I was eating ready meals because I'm too stressed to cook. Don't be too stressed to cook. Cook, because cooking is a de-stressor, and then you get to eat the results.
Wonderful.
So yeah, turn to my loose leaf folder of recipes. And the third thing is comfortable shoes. Shoes you can feel your feet in, not shoes that hurt your feet so much that you will think about anything other than your feet.
Feel your feet.
Yes.
Very good. Lindsay Nicholson, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
If you've enjoyed this conversation, then please do leave us a review. And if you found it helpful or even inspiring, we would be delighted if you recommended us to your friends. It means an awful lot if you do. You can watch the full episodes on YouTube, follow us on Instagram and TikTok, and if you hit subscribe, you'll find a lot more crisis conversations. As always, full transcripts are available on our website, along with links. Just head to crisiswhatcrisis.com, and thank you so much for listening.